Hey guys, today I'm going to be filming my Draw My Life video. My life started on March 29th, 1999, when I was born in a hospital just outside of where I live now. There's me as a baby. And I don't know if you know this, but I'm a twin, so my brother was born on the same day. His name's Ishan. So I guess it all went upward from there. I was born into a great family. There's my mom and my dad, who I love so much. There's my brother, and there's me. Just kidding, when dad doesn't actually wear a turban. And we are all really happy. I guess you can't really be upset at age under 5. Then we started kindergarten at the Franklin School in my town. It was my first time being alone, away from my parents for a while, so I was a bit nervous, but my brother was starting too. However, when we got to school, he said he didn't want to be friends with me. And I was confused because we'd always grown up playing together, but it made me kind of sad. But I made some new friends, and it was kind of good because when you're a twin, that's kind of all people talk to you about. Like I say here, my elementary school is pretty average, nothing really to dive any deeper into. Then I moved on to middle school, the awkward years. I was pretty much as awkward as you can get, but everyone was, so it wasn't that weird. I stayed with some of my friends from middle school, from elementary school, and I also made some new friends. And I know I look like a serial killer in that picture, but I was trying to just portray braces and some rough eyebrows. Anyway, middle school wasn't too memorable either, just the usual stuff. When I got to high school, that's when my life started to get really interesting. My parents wanted me to go to private school, and that kind of made me confused, but I was happy. But me and my brother didn't get accepted into the same schools, so we were split apart. Even though we didn't really talk during school, it was still weird not to be in the same place as him. When I got to high school, my spiritual guide was a woman named Judith. And she was really cool, like a hippie throwback, but more relaxed. Imagine Bender from the Breakfast Club. You know, the guy who throws his fist in the air at the end. Yeah, I could never remember his name either, but I had to look it up for this video. Anyway, basically, that was my spiritual guide in high school. I was really smart. I got good grades, and I was doing well. Then it started to change when I met a boy named Broderick. I know, that's his real name. He was cool, and I wasn't exactly cool, but he was a rebel, a bad boy, and I don't know why, but I fell in love with him. I never told my parents because they would definitely freak out. He wasn't exactly the type of kid you bring home to meet them. And he was not the best influence, to say the least. And that's when my whole world became around him, and I never really noticed at the time, but I distanced myself from my friends, and I thought he was a good guy, but he made me do things that I wouldn't do myself. So it was a very involved relationship. There wasn't really free time. I didn't do anything myself. We dated for 16 months, which is crazy for high school. And he ended up breaking up with me, or kind of. It's a long story, but a 16th month relationship was ended in a very bad way. and I was so sad. I shaved my head because I wanted to get a fresh start. I got my eyebrows done for personal reasons, but it just happened at the time. And I thought I was the saddest I've ever been, and now looking back, it was so stupid. Because I was still me, I just couldn't be for a while. Couldn't be happy, even doing the things I loved to do before I met him weren't the same. And I'm really upset by that because my life shouldn't have been defined by a boy, but it was. And if you've been through a bad heartbreak, you know what it's like. I felt awful. I think I was in a state of depression, but I couldn't really tell anyone about it because my friends knew, but that I was dating him, obviously, but my parents didn't, so I couldn't get help, really. I ended up using makeup to make myself seem happier or just more alive, because honestly, sorry for the background change, but as I was saying, I was really sad during this time, but me experimenting on myself with makeup ended up leading me to YouTube, which has really gotten me in such a much better place. And I know people say this a lot in their drama lives about how YouTube changes them, and I didn't believe it, but it honestly saved me. And I love you guys all so much for supporting me in what I'm doing. So thanks for watching. Bye.